Hello everyone, I'm Brazen Eagle and thank you for joining me here. So today, the ADL, also known as the Anti-Defamation League, has taken the bait. So from NPR, the OK hand gesture is now listed as you guessed it, a symbol of hate. Look at the amount of hate right in that hole. The OK gesture is among 36 new entries in the Anti-Defamation League's Hate on Display database. The OK hand gesture, commonly seen as a way of indicating that all is well, has now been classified as something else, a symbol of hate. On Thursday, the ADL, a Jewish civil rights organization, added 36 symbols to its Hate on Display database, including the index finger to thumb sign that in some corners of the internet has become associated with white supremacy and the far right. Oren Segal, director of the ADL Center on Extremism, told NPR that for years on fringe online message boards such as 4chan and 8chan, the OK sign has been deployed in memes and other images promoting hate. Given the number of white supremacists who have adopted it, he said it can now carry a nefarious message. Context is always key, Segal said. More people than not will use the OK symbol as just OK. But in those cases where there's more underlining meaning, I think it's important for people to understand that it could be used and is being used for hate as well. According to the website Know Your Meme, as a prank, 4chan users in 2017 launched a campaign to flood social media with posts linking the OK hand gesture to the white power movement. Commenters on the message board appropriated images of people posing in the White House and other locations, making the hand symbol as proof that it was catching on. Segal said that while many of those images were misconstrued by users on the online message boards, the number of people espousing hate while using the gesture has grown so widespread that it can no longer be considered a prank. Segal pointed to the suspected white supremacist in Christchurch, New Zealand, accused of killing 51 worshippers at 2 mosques in March who flashed the OK hand gesture during an initial court appearance. Over the past couple years, we've seen that the hoax was essentially successful in being applied by actual white supremacists, Segal said. In many ways, they took what was a trolling effort and added it to their list of symbols, he added. The ADL established its Hate on Display database in 2000 as a way to keep track of hate groups and their symbols for law enforcement, educators, and other members of the public, hoping to spot potential warning signs of anti-Semitism and other types of extremism. Since then, the database has grown to include 214 entries. One of the more prominent additions to the database back in September 2016 was Pepe the Frog, one of my favorite, the big-eyed green cartoon that became kind of mascot of the dreaded alt-right. Other symbols among the 36 added on Thursday include Dylan Roof's bowlcut, which we'll talk about a little bit later, a reference to the haircut worn by the white supremacist gunman who killed 9 African Americans at the Emmanuel African Methodist Episcopal Church in Charleston, South Carolina. Followers of Roof have incorporated their distinctive haircut into screen names such as Bowl Trash or the Final Bowlution, or collectively have referred to themselves as the Bowl Gang according to the ADL. I guess I'm on the wrong part of the internet. I don't know what they're talking about. Another addition is the Moon Man, a meme derived from 1980s era McDonald's commercials that has since been hijacked by members of the alt-right, who attach racist songs, language, and imagery around it. Among the white nationalist group symbols in the database include the Rise Above movement out of SoCal, which, according to the ADL, claims to have the goal of fighting against the destructive cultural influences of liberals, Jews, Muslims, and non-white immigrants. Okay. The ADL also featured the newly formed American Identity Movement, which is a rebranding of the Identity Europa, considered one of the largest white supremacist groups. Members of the groups participated in the Unite the Right rally in Charlestonville in 2017 that resulted in a woman's death because that woman was an idiot, and some members were doxxed, which is when someone's private information is shared publicly online. For all practical purposes, AIM is essentially Identity Europa with a new name and logo, the ADL said. Jonathan Greenblatt, the ADL's CEO, said in a statement that old symbols, gestures, and other images are rapidly acquiring new hateful associations that may be too obscure for the general public to attend or to understand. We believe law enforcement and the public needs to be fully informed about the meaning of these images, which can serve as a warning sign to the presence of haters in a community or school, he said. Yes, it's all about hate. That's right. Alright, so wow. So, the Anti-Defamation League has added a bunch of symbols to its Hate on Display database. Look at all that hate. you better watch out. Using normal symbols could land you in some hot water. But, it's good to note that the Anti-Defamation League pretty much only cares about white supremacy and not any other type of hate or anger directed by any other race, because Asians, Hispanics, and African Americans, for the most part, are all peaceful people and they don't use any other symbols, Never. It seems like the ADL is missing, though, quite a bit of information or symbols of hate, but that's just my observation. But you know what? I have picked out a few symbols of hate to share with you from the ADL's symbols or hate on display database. So, the first one up that I want to talk about is the anti-Antifa images. Yes. If you don't support Antifa, then according to the Anti-Defamation League, you, my friend, are a white supremacist. That should tell you everything you need to know about the ADL, yes. They are making or marking supposed white supremacist items, such as, I guess, anti-sharp imagery. Sure, why not? But the ADL supports Antifa. The ADL here doesn't mention how violent Antifa is or how that group starts most of the problems when people want to peacefully protest. The ADL here says the anti-Antifa images are white supremacist symbols and memes directed against Antifa activists. Antifa, short for anti-fascist, are left-wing and anarchist activists who focus on directly confronting white supremacists, including starting or beginning violence against people who protest peacefully. Thank you very much, ADL. You've taught me everything I need to know about you already. So, next one. I guess we could talk about anti-racist as a code for anti-white, but I'm not here to talk about that. I got a better one for you. We got the Dylan Roof bowl cut. Look at that. A hairstyle as a symbol of hate. So the bowl cut is an image of a bowl-shaped haircut resembling the one sported by a singular one, white supremacist mass killer Dylan Roof. People who use the bowl cut image or other bowl references admire Roof and call for others to emulate his racist murders. Yes, Dylan Roof, you could say, is a mass murderer. He did kill 9 African American people. But, it's good to not forget that more African Americans die at the hands of other African Americans instead of white people. But, don't worry about that. This type of haircut is dangerous and destructive. You know what? I'm going to show you people with a bowl cut right now, and you're going to assume, and you're going to know that all these people I show you are racist, and they're here to kill people. That in a few seconds, and look at this. Look at these bowl cuts. This is the person who is dangerous, who's on Tumblr apparently. Obviously, I think this is an old meme over here. That girl, she is a racist. This is a racist, 3 or 4-year-old girl, and she's a murderer. Look at this. Weird haircut. Bowl cut. Look at this. Well, he looks really weird. But even the Amish. Look, they even got the Amish over here. Look at this guy. This guy's a racist. You can tell. Look at the bowl cut. The bowl cut. This is probably a Asian bowl cut model who is a racist and a murderer. According to the ADL, at least. So, regarding this and the Asian stuff, but out of all the hate symbols that the ADL has collected to display, it's interesting to see another one of these. It's actually the new Black Panther Party, It's very interesting to see that on here. This is literally the only symbol that I saw, at least, at the current time, that isn't used by white people and instead is used by African Americans. It's the new Black Panther Party for Self-Defense, not related to the original Black Panther Party, is the most extreme, organized, racist, and anti-Semitic African American group in the U.S. Its symbol consists of a leaping panther, an image appropriated from the original Black Panthers, superimposed over the continent of Africa. That is literally the only hate symbol from the ADL that's on this list that has no connection to white people. The only one out of 214. That's nuts. But anyways, lastly, I will bring up one of the most fun ones is White Lives Matter. If you believe White Lives Matter, that means you are a white supremacist. According to the ADL, White Lives Matter is both a white supremacist slogan adopted after the rise of the Black Lives Matter movement, as well as a loose movement of white supremacists who hold events to popularize this phrase. So if I say white lives matter, and if I'm not necessarily white, I'm promoting white supremacy. African Americans, Hispanics, and Asians can all say that white lives matter. Are those people white supremacists? Well, according to the Anti-Defamation League, they sure are. So if you think white lives matter, you're a racist. Have fun with that. But, at the end of the day, while the ADL likes to collect information about real symbols that people attach information and history behind, like there's some over here, we was Kangs, oh my goodness. Actually, that's really cool. The Wolf's angle is actually really, really cool. But, even though the ADL, of course, likes to collect and share with everyone information about real symbols that have real connotation behind them, I can't take the ADL very seriously if they say white lives matter is mostly used as a white supremacist saying. I can't take them seriously if they use the bowl cut, a bowl cut hairstyle, as a white supremacist saying. I don't think they even have like skinhead style of hair, or they're the lack of, as a white supremacist way of showing hate or superiority. I don't even see the skinhead thing on here. The ADL, in my opinion, is just like one notch above the Southern Poverty Law Center. White people should have the potential to be proud of themselves or proud of where they came from. But according to the ADL, and especially the Southern Poverty Law Center, by saying that, that's a form of hate. But you know what? The most damning thing to bring up is that after exploring their, Hate on Display Hate Symbols database, you can see that both this group, the ADL, and the Southern Poverty Law Center demand radical equality in the name of social justice. That's what they're trying to get at, no matter what happens. Which, of course, I will be covering in the next few days because I've got a little bit of a book review I will do for you guys. But anyways, thank you very much for watching. I'm Brazen Eagle, and I hope you all have a great day.